Dance for me is the most important thing in my life. It allows me an outlet for my creativity, it allows me to stay in shape, it allows me to express myself.
There's a bond, there's something that develops within you as a performer, as a dancer, that gives you this connection with other people.
And now that I'm a teacher, I'm able to pass on the skills that I've learned as a performer and as a student to the next generation. Hi, I'm Jeff Amstud, and I teach dance at KJ Dance in Plano, Texas.
Hi, my name is Audrey Cowan, and I live in Frisco, Texas, and I'm an instructor and faculty member at KJ Dance in Plano and Frisco.
I am originally from Spokane, Washington. I moved to New York to pursue a professional dance career at 19 and accepted a full scholarship to the Joffrey Ballet School in New York City at 19 and studied at the school for 3 years.
I've had a career in dance basically since I was born. My mother is a studio owner, my grandmother was a studio owner, my great-grandmother was a studio owner, my daughter is now a dancer, so we have a very generational love for dance, and it's something that's in our family, and I've enjoyed it ever since I was born.
Dance developed in individual cultures around the world. However, the first trained and professionally performed style of dance was ballet, which was shown exclusively to royalty. In 1933, George Balanchine brought ballet from Russia to America and founded the first American ballet company, New York City Ballet. With the influence of African culture and jazz music, jazz and tap dancing developed by stylizing the technical form of ballet. With the emergence of hip-hop, a more vernacular style that evolved from jazz and street, dance was becoming more popularized. Now, dance is not only used in the show world, but the commercial world as well, in TV and movies, because of the popular works of choreographers such as Balanchine and Bob Fosse.
I've never got to work with Fosse, but Fosse was always somebody that inspired me, and I auditioned for him for 4 days for his last Broadway show, which was called Big Deal, and made it to the very end. I did not get the show, but he's somebody that's always been a huge influence. I started dancing at 13, but it was just sort of more recreational, and at 15 I started training with professionals.
So dance has been a part of my life since very early on. My mother has a dance school, and I grew up in the dance environment. I went to LA and worked as a commercial dancer where I was in different music videos and commercials and TV shows in my 20s. And then I moved to Dallas where I was a member of the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, and I had a great time. I loved the halftime experiences. Our Thanksgiving halftimes were always fantastic, and performing with artists like Carrie Underwood and Toby Keith and Destiny's Child, something that I really treasure and will always hold near and dear to my heart.
So the two biggest Broadway shows that I worked on Jerome Robbins' Broadway, which won 13 Tony Awards, and it was a compilation of Jerome Robbins' life work. And then after that, I was hired to be the lead male dancer in the Los Angeles production of the Phantom of the Opera. So I got to work with the original Phantom, Michael Crawford, who originated the role in London and on Broadway.
Often, many don't know of the difficulties and obstacles dancers face on their way to finding success. Many successful dancers, including Jeff and Audria, have found themselves at crossroads dealing with the often unhealthy stereotypes of the industry, such as perfect body image and unexpected injuries.
I had an eating disorder. I was borderline bulimic, so I would starve myself all day because I was trying to be really lean, and it got to the point where it became a real problem, and I sort of came to a crossroads and decided that it wasn't going to be the thing that stopped me from being a dancer.
When I was performing in my 20s, I did have a very bad back injury that set me out for about a year. And I really had to rehab, and for me that was totally hard. I have a type A personality, I want to get to work, I want to push through. But this was an injury truly that if I did not let my body heal properly, I probably wouldn't walk when I was 40 or 50 years old.
I've had injuries on my feet, my knees, and just kind of having to push through them.
Dancers not only have to overcome physical limitations, but must also break through the selectiveness of the industry from auditions to rehearsals in order to find success.
The dance industry, I think right now, is very oversaturated with dancers just because dance is so mainstream. It's on TV everywhere. There's So You Think You Can Dance and Dancing with the Stars and X Factor. They're only still top 40 radio, still only has 40 slots a week. So the music artists there aren't like an abundance more of music artists that dance for dancers to go tour with or things like that.
You know, auditions are a part of being a performer. They're part of being a dancer. They are not always easy. They are not always fun. You definitely have to have a strong mindset to be a performer, to be in this industry.
My mentors, the Griselles, Terry and Peggy, started studying with them, and they were really the ones that prepared me to go to New York to study at the Joffrey Ballet School, which I was able to do on full scholarship. But only after I auditioned two times. The first time I auditioned, they declined me and told me I was too short and too fat and that I would never have a career as a dancer. So I took another year to train and went back and tried again and made it in the second time.
I remember one audition that I had, it was for a Texas lottery commercial, and the choreography was so long, and I, as a dancer, struggle with memory. I felt very, very inadequate at that moment because I couldn't focus my head on all the material that we had just been given. So that for me was a crazy struggle. I didn't do all the choreography well, but obviously I performed well and covered up. I booked the commercial.
A lot of people, they get ready for auditions and they turn dance into something else. They get so nervous because they think there are people watching them or people are judging them differently or something like this. So for me, I just approach it as a free class, and if people like my dancing and they book me, great. If not, then that job wasn't for me.
For Jeff and Audria, despite the hardships they face, their genuine passion and dedication to dance has given them incredible opportunities and driven their success in the industry.
I was in New York City and they were shooting a new television show in Los Angeles called Dance Into the Hits. So they came to New York to have this huge audition, and I was the only person hired out of New York City that was a guy. And it was a great opportunity because it was the first time in history that dancers were giving lead roles on a television series.
In a land full of opportunity and new beginnings, Americans strive for success in whatever they do. In an industry so selective and difficult to flourish in, only few take on the journey to find success as a professional dancer. Jeff and Audria are one of these few, as they have created names for themselves through constant dedication and perseverance despite the difficult circumstances and hardships they have faced.
You know, success in the dance industry is so many different things. It's success as a dance teacher. Are you able to instill values and technique and passion into your students? Success as an entertainer. Are you booking jobs with people that you want to work with? Are you showing up at auditions and being able to really, really stand out amongst the crowd?
Success as a dancer is defined by being able to make a living at your craft and not having to supplement that by doing another job, like working at Starbucks or working as a waiter.
So, you know, in the dance industry, I've learned that it's more than just the steps that we're doing. It's more than just the price that we're paying to go take a class. It's more than just the sweat that we have happen when we're in the studio. This is truly an industry and an art form that builds you as a human being.
Sometimes it feels like it's forever since I've truly felt it all.